This is the fourth episode.
Oh my goodness, hello.
Hello. Nice to see you.
You too.
I guess we should call it the Blue Moon episode.
The blue moon, is that the full moon that's going to be on Halloween? Is that what it's called?
Yes, because we had 2 this month, and the second one, which is on Halloween, is the Blue Moon. When there's 2 moons in a month, the second one's the blue one.
Okay.
The first one was October 1st, and the second one's on Halloween. So we'll talk about Halloween a little today.
Yay.
Update. Give us the update on what we've
So, no longer in Portland. That was quite the experience. It was just like there were so many signs and like feelings of like, okay, I do not belong here. Like it was just very obvious that we were meant to be somewhere else. And just like the experiences we had were just not like we thought it was going to be one thing and it was like the complete opposite. And I mean, we didn't really have any expectations of Portland. I thought it was going to be one thing. And not that I was disappointed. I was just more so like, whoa, like completely left field type situations. Like, okay, like, I don't even think it was necessarily Portland. I think it was just more so like, okay, like I'm just not meant to be here, like personally. So we took a day trip to Seattle and we wound up like loving it. Like the first 10 seconds we got out of the car, we were like, okay, like this is where we're meant to be. So we immediately booked an Airbnb for the month. And then we wound up like talking to our hosts and we're like, hey, like we like really like this place. So yeah, we have like a place here in Seattle for the next 6 months. So what was only going to be like a month is now 6 months.
like
The weather
for the Airbnb for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Instead of finding an apartment.
Yeah, instead of finding an apartment. Yeah.
Is that just better for you guys?
Oh my God, it's so much easier. Like everything's furnished. Like I feel like I can just like ground down now. Like I'm just like, okay, like I can focus on like my work. I can focus on like, other things like making friends, getting acclimated.
Yeah.
Myself. Because you were like really nervous about like finding a place and like are we gonna find a place, and we did so for like really cheap actually. Like it's insane.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it's been really nice. I mean, there's so much to do here. Like the people seem very like friendly. It's just the neighborhoods are so cute. It's like super hilly. It's kind of like San Francisco, like the way everything like.
That's how I imagined it would be. I told you guys to live there instead of Philly.
Yeah,
I've never been, hilly, but I always wanted to go. So was Portland hilly?
Was Portland hilly? Not really. I mean, when we would go and drive in like the mountain part, like yeah, it would be, but that's because we were like going up into like the mountain part. But
the whole thing wasn't mountain.
Yeah. It was pretty flat for like the most part. I mean, Portland had like beautiful nature and stuff, but like so does Seattle. Honestly, I've told so many people this, like what I thought Portland was going to be is like what Seattle is. Like there's cute coffee shops. Like I've already been to like a crystal shop. Like there's just like, yeah. And like, I didn't see any of that in Portland. Like I don't even remember seeing like one coffee shop. Like yeah, like where we were, like a cute one where you could just like go in and like hang out and be cozy. Like I didn't see that. I mean, we didn't really like
even ones that were just like closed down because of COVID.
Yeah, like I even like the city part I thought was like going to be bigger.
I guess it's really not a big city.
No, definitely not. It's honestly more like suburban.
Yeah.
Like it's mostly suburban, which was also like like I was not expecting that. But again, like
I don't know how I picture it in my head. I just know the song.
That makes sense.
Like Loretta Lynn, Jack White. There's like some good like restaurant places. I remember Anthony Bourdain going there.
The food, like I was very spoiled with the
Yeah.
food there. Like that is the one thing. Like Seattle, definitely the food trucks, I should say, are not as much. But I don't know if Portland is like the largest food truck or something in the world, but there was like a food truck like
Maybe that trend like
every,
was the big thing here.
yeah, like the tacos, like the Mexican food, like some of the best like I've ever had.
Wow.
And there'd be like parking lots full of them. Like you could like walk around. It was like a little fair.
There's
Um,
also some burlesque performers in Portland.
oh
There's like a
yeah.
good community for that, but I don't know if they're what's going on now because of COVID. But there
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, our Airbnb host actually said that it's like very big in like the sex work field and stuff. And I was like, oh, like that makes sense. Like I saw like so many like strip
Portland.
clubs and stuff. Uh-huh. It's like the biggest, it's like a hot spot for that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
it's cool. Yeah. So I didn't know that, but I was like, okay, another like little tidbit. But the thing about Portland is it's like chaotic. It has this like chaotic energy where like I just never felt like grounded or like settled because it was like the neighborhoods like changed so quickly. Like it was just like the houses together like didn't look like they would fit, and then it was just kind of like the people had this like I
The
can't
aesthetics too affected the energy, it sounds like.
yeah, like I just like want it was just like this heavy like
So you could
energy like
never relax. You felt like,
never ever. I had
wow.
like no motivation. I was just like very very affected by just like there's like a lot of uncertainty energy in the air, like a lot of
Because
like
there's that shit brewing, the political, social shit.
yeah. Oh, I totally felt that. I had to like shield myself and like protect my energy because
And
it
the
was
media
just so
attention.
yeah, it was so heavy.
The people
Um
there are manifesting whatever
no,
they.
they literally are. Like they are literally
Because you
living in
said
that.
like there was no black people.
No. Very few
But
black
it
people.
seems like there's a good amount of the white people fighting for Black Lives Matter. So
Yeah, definitely.
that's good that it's not just like overrun with racists.
No,
Well,
no.
like the feeling that you like described it is like so important because you what did you say exactly? You never felt like grounded in your
Grounded.
own body, but it's important because it's like you knew that it wasn't your place. You said it wasn't where you were meant to be, and
Mm-hmm.
how, but you feel like Seattle, you know that that's where you were meant to be, and just like just knowing our places, whether it's like through someone like you giving them a reading and having that confirmed, or like
Yep.
I got a reading from someone that confirmed that what I already have known since 2016, like where I belong and I'm saving to move to, but just like you knew that that wasn't your place, and it's that important to be in touch with your own
Yes.
body and just like the mind, the
Yes.
spirit,
Yeah.
be
Like,
connected.
I could have stayed there and like forced myself to do this or forced myself to like make friends and this, and that. But I was just like, no, like we only have to stay here for a month. Like we're not grounded. We're not rooted here. Like we don't have family here. Like why would we stay here? Like what makes sense about staying here? Like we're not having like a good time. Like, okay, the food is great. But like we also got there literally it was just like a shit show to begin with. Like we literally got
The
there
smoke.
the first day of the smoke. And like I was our first day there, I thought we were going to have to like evacuate because like people like a 10-minute drive away from us were evacuating.
And it's just gonna
So
keep getting worse.
it was just gonna I was just like, okay, like I'll take this into consideration. And then there were just a few other incidences that happened to me personally that I was just like, okay, like this has literally never happened to me before. Why is this happening to me here? Like I know I'm not being punished, like I know I'm not a victim, like I'm literally just being kicked out of here. Like the universe is not going to like I'm not going to understand the message that I'm not supposed to be here. So like they're like the universe is going to keep giving me things to like show me that. So I was just like, oh, okay, you know what, like, and then as soon as we decided to move to Seattle, like I actually started to appreciate Portland. I think it was one of those places I wasn't meant to be,
Like the
but I could appreciate it once I knew I wasn't going to have to like stay there forever.
yes, the switch was flipped. When you kind of like solve a problem like that for yourself, or like with me today, it was like since I'm moving and I had to count how many weeks are left and make sure, come up with a number amount of like what I need to be saving to have enough in time for
Yeah.
like the move date. And just like with climate change, it's like what we were saying about the smoke and stuff. Like I do hope that everyone alive right now, the people, I mean, unless they're like really, really old, it's like it's too late. But the ones that still have a lot of life left to live can really recognize that we have to accept the climate change issue as our responsibility, even though we can't see it. And that's why it's like harder for people to like, for I feel like it hasn't gotten started yet of us fixing it and doing stuff. And that it's just like, that's obviously why Trump is bad. And like maybe Biden and Kamala won't be able to just make it go away, but at least they're like listening and working on it. And just like, I think that we all can accept that we have to consider it in our lives. And like, because the Republicans don't want to pay for anything, and Democrats are like, let's put in infrastructure so it's not just like all us putting a band-aid on it on the back end once the shit has already happened. And just like where I'm moving is like a coastal city, and like we both know that like I belong there, but it's like I know
Yeah.
that I can't put it off anymore because
Yeah.
maybe in 5 years, as little as 5 years, maybe 10 if we're lucky, it won't be so easy to live there unless you have the money to fight off the natural disasters that are happening. Like, it takes a toll on people, and just like people are living paycheck to paycheck as it is. So I hope that maybe all us shifting our focus and like acknowledging the responsibility, even though it's like really the people that came before us, will help like the manifestation of like bringing about the change.
Yeah.
I remember what you said earlier about 2020. It wasn't on the podcast. It was when I think we were just voice memoing about how a lot of souls are leaving this earth this year because they just too much change. And I do agree with that. I think about that a lot.
This year truly feels like a simulation. Like it feels like, you know, in like a video game when like you like killed yourself by like accident or something because you like fell off the cliff or something, or like, you know, like your teammate like shot you. Like that's kind of, it's like it doesn't feel like real. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if this year is just full of like cognitive like dissonance or just like disassociation, like depersonalization, where it's
For
just like
some,
nobody knows how to like correctly deal like with their anxiety. So it's like, honestly, I've been looking at COVID and like everything that's going on in the world is like, humanity, let's get it together. We have something like this has never happened before. We are so lucky. We have something that everybody at once is experiencing, right? Like everybody all over the world for the most part knows what's going on. You would think that this would be like a normal thing for us to understand, but it's not, because there's
it's
so
not.
much that goes into it. To use compassion and understanding for one another. Like, why don't you try and understand and like empathize and like,
We need more
you know,
empath.
even with yourself, you know, like, why are you feeling this way? Like, has COVID brought up things and like is making you sit with things that like were always there? You just like have never dealt with? Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, like you're not just anxious because there's like a disease. Like, you've always been anxious, but now this is the time to understand it. Like, utilize this time, like come back to yourself, like seriously, this is such a time to like use this time so wisely. And like even like understand, like make an effort to understand other people and just like empathize and use compassion with them. But for the most part, and this is where I see adults operating on a child level of just like,
Selfishness.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, exactly.
Choosing the self and isolationist over being empathetic.
Yes. Like I told Dylan, I'm like, damn, like people who are experiencing like a dark night of the soul for the first time, like you guys don't know how lucky you are to be experiencing this with so many other people. Because there were people like me and so many others who had to figure this shit out on our own and still get it together and still have to live a normal
Yeah.
life and have nobody to understand us.
Like
So,
me
like,
when the house burned down.
exactly. You
Yes.
know, like we're actually super privileged in this, in the fact that we get to go through it together, but we're like literally doing everything we can to like argue and use hate and
Yeah.
just spread like violence, when it's like, if you clearly know we're all going through this shitstorm together, like wouldn't you want to make an effort to like be understanding and like compassionate, like
And all we have
just,
to do is wear a mask and not act like
yeah.
everything's normal. Like just social distance and don't go to your fucking families for Thanksgiving. How about that? Like it's like I feel the unity. I do. I do
Good.
see the selfishness though. I mean, with my job, I have a lot of time to listen to the news, listen to NPR, listen to podcasts, listen to music to process and think, and I feel more mentally strong and connected than ever. Um, you know, just even small changes like you said about using the time wisely. Like I've just been reading again, like
Yeah.
dedicating more time, and I already feel better. Like it helps your memory, it just helps your mind be sharp, and just like you see by doing stuff like that, by exercising and being healthy like that really helps. But as far as politics go, like I and the hopefulness, like I feel the unity. I've been hopeful this whole time. I'm not saying like I have no hope. I don't think Trump's gonna win, but just like up until like I think it was 2 days ago, I was like, I have a good feeling. That's when that like occurred to me, that epiphany. But until that epiphany happened, it was kind of like prepare for the worst and like hope for the best. But I really do feel like we got this. Like I mean, it might be close though. And we're definitely not gonna know on November 3rd. And what kind of racist shit can he incite while the transition is happening from election day until January 10th or whatever, when it happens. Like that's what I'm worried about. That's what my roommate's worried about. And just like I do feel like Trump's gonna try to steal it. I think that Biden will win. Trump's gonna try to steal it and fight it and take it to the Supreme Court, and that he's not going to go peacefully. But like, and I mentioned that thing about his Trump's chart before. So I mean,
Hmm.
what do you think about it?
Oh man. Um, I see a lot of people tweet about like the astrology of it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I mentioned. Like in the last podcast, remember about how it said it's going to be really bad for him with his
yeah,
chart
like the
around
transits and
November
stuff are
13th.
like very, very harsh.
It's going to be around November 13th, 14th, 15th. So that's probably when we're going to know, and he's going to be starting the shit.
It's hard to say because I feel like there is so much that goes on that like we as people who just see like the front of it like can't even comprehend. Like there are like hundreds, not maybe thousands of people like behind like what goes on and like determine. So it's very, I don't know that I like don't even want to attempt to like look into the energy of it, because it's just like I saw like a metal like wall, like it's just like my higher self's like don't even like go in there.
Oh God.
um I know it's like I honestly like like there's so much just like gunk, like it's just gunk to me. It's just it's like heaviness and like gunk. um but yeah, I don't know. I think we're just gonna like have to wait and see what happens. um yeah, I mean, I remember in 2016, I mean 2016 was like a shit show for me personally, like in my spiritual journey.
Oh,
um
it's a good year for
and
me.
what?
It was a good year for me.
Yeah, I mean the first half was great, and then like June to like December was just like spiritual like awakening, like dark night of the soul. But I just remember like the heaviness that like I woke up to when like I found out that like Trump
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
president.
I mean, the depression of him winning is ruined
Yeah.
the end of the year, but until he won, I had a good year.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he really didn't win. He
exactly.
stole the shit. I mean, I lived in Philly where the Russians definitely interfered with art because it was a little electronic voting machine. It's just crazy.
That's
And
what I'm saying. And like I see all of these things like go hand in your vote, like go hand in your ballot, but then it's like I see pictures of like oh my god, what are they even called? Like things where you go to like hand it in, like
the
the
ballot box.
yes, and people are like setting it on fire.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that.
So it's just like
In
I
Baltimore, the guard of one of them got shot, but it was someone was trying to rob him. It wasn't about fucking with the election, but still.
I mean like it's it's just like insane to me. Like it's I'm like I can't even believe like my soul chose to come down here and like witness all of this. Like
People have been doing this crazy shit for a long time. It's just that we have the technology now to film.
that is a good point.
It's about the accountability factor of it all.
That is a good point.
And then when you think about it, like the racists, the Confederate flag, literally, I posted a video on my story, like like it's not about being Southern. It's about when those people lost the war,
Yeah.
and it's called the lost cause. The people who still believe in like trying to like the South will rise again or whatever,
Yeah.
and their organizations like the Daughters and stuff. They were so mad that it ended, that slavery ended and all that. They went and picked this flag was a battle flag. Like there wasn't any official this like this flag is it. Like they chose it. It was a battle flag. Like it is a racist symbol. I mean, I'll have to send you the video. The guy breaks it down and explains like why.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean like you're not proud. You can be proud of your Southern heritage without being a racist, like Confederate flag flying Trump fan. Like, and I interact with people all the time with my job, and they're like, and I have signs in my car and stuff. And thank God you're like, I get more like Democrats praising me than like Trump people yelling at me.
Okay.
At least,
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure the full moon will kind of spice things up. So all the ghouls and goblins interfering with the election and the energy of it. Like the veil is always the thinnest in October. Like I don't know if you've been seeing them, but I just feel like the spirits are just like casually like they're like forget the veil is there is absolutely no veil. It is burned to the ground. Like
right
there
now,
is
you
right
feel
now.
like
Like
it's already starting.
it's already started.
I
Like
do. I
the
feel it. What's today?
today's the
The 21st.
21st. Wow. Wow. October flew by. Um,
This year flew by.
this year, yeah, it really did. I feel like it's just like a part of getting older though. Um, but yeah, I I feel like I don't know, the energy is just gonna get more amplified. I don't know, just like stay grounded and like mind your business. That is literally like the
That's all
mantra
I'm.
for
That is the vibe of this month. I'm so glad you said that.
yeah, just stay grounded, mind your business, like you'll
I'm
be
done
good.
hanging
Like,
out with people. I'm not gonna go on any fucking dates. I've just
yeah,
been preparing
yeah,
and getting shit, preparing to move. That is the fucking energy, and I definitely feel like October's the month where we feel the most like witches. Even though I
yes.
don't like
Oh,
call
definitely.
myself
Like
a
your
witch per
power,
se.
honing in on that. Like, yeah, that's why it's just like mind your business because, like, if you're not, like, your energy is going to be extended to this, that, and the other, and you're going to lose yourself because, like, anything that tries to, like, take you out of yourself or out of your element is, like, not for you. Like, the things that you should be focusing on should make you feel more like you. And if you feel like you're losing yourself, then it's like not for you. Even like with social media, like how much time you spend on social media or how much like TV you watch. Like if you feel like you're like getting drained or like just like ugh, like icky, like that is taking like you out of yourself, and it's time to like connect with yourself, just like dealing with like the assholes in the world. Like I just, there doesn't need to be a comment. Like, you know what it is? I realize is like, this is what COVID has taught me. Like, you have absolutely no clue what somebody else is going through. So like, why don't you take like a kinder, gentler approach? And if you can't do that, then just mind your business.
And stay home.
That, yeah, exactly. So that's that's what like all of this has kind of like taught me, especially in like October. Like I just been super sleepy. Like just wanting to like sleep all the time. And like it's not because I'm like, oh, like I don't want to do anything. It's like, no, like my body's like, please just like chill out and rest. And I know like
Yeah.
so many people have been telling me that like they're waking up later, or like
Oh my God,
they're,
me too.
yeah, I'm waking up like
I'm waking
late
up
for
later.
me. And like I don't like that because I like to be productive, but then I'm also like, there are like ebbs and flows in your life, in your routine. Like this part in your life right now, like be grateful that like, you know, this week you don't have to like get up at a certain time and like be somewhere at a certain time. So like if you want to sleep in and like watch TV, like give yourself that, because you obviously can, and like you don't have to feel guilty about it. Like I just think this like whole, oh well, like, you know, you must be depressed or you must not have anything to do. It's like, no, like I was telling you before, I feel like Seattle is like really giving me a chance to like nurture my inner child. Because even as like a child, I would like in high school or like middle school, I'd get up like really early and have like all my clothes like planned out and just like be on top of everything. And it's like, maybe I don't want to be on top of everything right now. Like maybe I just want to have my coffee and like watch a funny show on Netflix. Like maybe that is like what I need right now. I don't know where I was going with this or what sparked it. Oh, just like sleeping in and like the energies and stuff. Like,
No, you
yeah,
are
like,
articulating the energy. That's it.
yeah, it's
I
like,
just
don't feel guilty for like literally needing to do nothing. Like, what are you going to do? Go do something and feel even shittier, but you like are productive? Like, no, sometimes being more productive means like doing nothing so you can have the energy and excitement and passion to
exactly
do that thing tomorrow. Cause, like, you
rest and
know,
self care.
yeah,
You have to
yeah,
hit the reset button sometimes. I just want to say
yes.
the perfect song for what you said was
Mhm.
because, you know, we love Beyonce and from
Uh-huh,
Black is King,
uh-huh,
the album that goes with it. The song is called Ja Ara E. So JA
uh-huh.
space ARAE. And he's saying in it, he's like, the body who rests. It's just like over and over again. And it's really good. I definitely feel like yes, I agree. The veil is already thin now. It's
Yep.
definitely the day that it's the thinnest is Halloween. I have this little cute Halloween necklace in a
Oh,
jar.
that's so, did you
There's
make
little
that?
pumpkins. No, the peaceful pagan person. That's her name. Like peaceful underscore pagan underscore person on Instagram. I have a little peridot one too for my birthday, but yes, this is the vibe. This little pumpkin fall. There's citrine and black stones and white stones and
Is it infused
orange
with anything? Like, is there any intention behind it?
just fall.
Just
Witchy
fall?
vibes. Yeah, that's the intention.
I didn't know if the pumpkins like represented anything that went into the crystals on top, and if there was
Oh
like
my god, tourmaline,
cinnamon in
like
bottom and like sugar on
she
top.
glued crystals on top.
Wow.
And
What is that, onyx?
outside. Probably, yeah.
I love onyx.
I have my crystal sitting here now with me. I have some
Hmm.
amethyst from New
I
Orleans.
have this guy. It
What is
reminds me
that?
of I actually have no clue what this one is, but do you know dragon tails?
No.
You don't know dragon tails? You never saw dragon tails in
Oh
your
my god,
channel?
yes.
Doesn't it look like the, oh my god.
I have a rose quartz one. It has like a rainbow in it.
Ooh, oh, that's so pretty.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, this one's been sitting under the moonlight the past few nights, so. Ooh, I can like feel the clearing it's like had. I this one was on me like all day the other day, and like by the end of the night I was like, oh my god, this poor thing is so heavy. It's just been like latching onto my energy, absorbing all of it for me. So I was like, I'll just put you on the windowsill, and it's been like on the windowsill the past like 3 nights, and this is the first time I've like grabbed it. It's so crazy when like you're connected to things. Like I can literally feel like the shifts. in this crystal. I love this one. I don't know why. It feels like me. Like, you know the crystals that feel like you?
I wonder if that's Amazonite.
You know, I know the place where I got it. I could literally just send them a message and be like, "Hey, like, what crystal is this?" I feel like it's like, oh my god, what was it? Chrysocolla. I know it's not Chrysocolla, but that's the one that's like coming to me. So it might
Okay.
be the one that's like Chrysocolla or whatever. There's like a weird name for it. But I could like message them. I should probably do that because yeah, I really like this one.
It's like a blue-green color, so it's like good for your
Yeah,
throat.
like gray. I don't know. Like it feels like I used to love
It
these
really looks like
colors
an
when I was
egg.
like little. Like mint green and gray were like my favorite colors growing up. So I don't know, maybe it's like my inner child gets some healing. But yeah, it's really, really pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, is there any like spells or rituals that we should do for Halloween?
Well, you know, honestly, I was telling somebody this the other day, or was it yesterday? Like, I don't even really consider myself a witch anymore. Like, if I do want to slap a label on myself, like, I feel like light worker is like the best term
Yes.
for me. Like, I understand the darkness. I actually love the darkness, and I know how to transmute it with my light. Like, honestly, like, if you're in tune with yourself and like
It happens on its own.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes, like I
I've
don't need a
honestly, I've
spell.
never done a spell. I feel like
I am the
exactly what
spell.
you're saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just take a moment to look at like all of the things I've manifested in my life without one spell. I mean, I did write down in a journal like what I wanted, but that's like
That's
anybody can do
manifesting.
that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, find what works for you. Maybe you do want to like, you know, go dig dirt and like, you know, be like a green witch or like an earth
Yeah.
witch and like do stuff like that or
I
you
have
know,
a
I don't know. I'm like an alchemist. I really feel like I'm an alchemist and it's like I don't need something outside of me to get what I want. Like it's
mhm.
me. Like I manifested literally everything I ever wanted by just being like, oh, okay, well, this is obviously for me. I'm going to go get it. I feel like it's for, like, Portland, for example. I fucking knew I manifested Portland and it wasn't for me. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, if I manifested something I don't like, clearly I can manifest something I do like. And then, lo and behold, I'm in Seattle and, like, loving it. Um,
You're the
so
magician card.
I, I'm the magician and the empress.
Yes.
Like, I
I
just nurture
definitely feel
myself
like, yeah, I
and get
resonate.
whatever I want. Like literally that is like my mission is to like take care of myself and like hold myself accountable and like be my own mom and I get
Yeah,
whatever I want. And it's not in like a snobby
exactly.
way. It's just like cuz I've been through fucking hell to be able to like say that, but it's like once you really do put in the work, and it doesn't mean like the work stops. It just means that you have like tools to like elevate to the next level. That might be a
Yeah,
little bit more difficult, but you have the tools. So in terms of like rituals and stuff, like since it's a full moon, they say full moons are about like releasing and stuff, but I've seen so much on I shouldn't even like use Twitter as like an example because like there's so many people on there with it's such a projection. Like Twitter is such a projection, I
no,
realize. So it's like if you feel like you want to take a bath and like give thanks on Halloween, you take your bath and like
yeah,
drink your wine and eat really yummy sweets or really yummy meats, really yummy whatever it is you want. And you if you want to go out and like cast a spell with like your graveyard dirt and you know your bird bones and
yeah.
make a necklace out of it, do that.
I'm
Like
gonna get some graveyard dirt on Halloween. I do like.
just if you're actually going to a graveyard, like just be careful, like just or are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
go.
get it from somewhere? Are you gonna get
I'm
it from
gonna go
somewhere?
to the one of my church. Like I'm not gonna go to some random
Okay.
one.
Okay,
The Greek
just like
Orthodox
ask,
Church.
just ask if it's okay, if you have permission.
Okay, if anyone's there. But I do believe in rituals. I'm probably gonna stay in. I'm gonna honor my ancestors and
Yes,
clean my
yes, I feel like it's a night of
altar.
honoring.
Yes, dust your altar off. I mean, it's a full moon, so just cleanse your crystals and sage the house and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, have some libation. And I'm really gonna
Light a
hold
candle. I
my
don't know.
crystals that like are for the ancestors.
Yes.
maybe,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know. You can look at some family pictures. That's what I would recommend doing. And then, like you mentioned, being a green witch, I have a really good book called Green Witchcraft
Oh,
by Paige
perfect.
Vanderbeek, and she has the podcast that I've mentioned, the Fat Feminist. But yeah, and then I'm gonna on Halloween, I'm gonna look into. I have her other book, which is like the Grimoire one, which I mentioned that I use a lot. I look at it every day for the chart of
Mm-hmm.
what day of the week it is, and she broke it down to what energy it corresponds with, what
Mm-hmm.
planet crystal's good for that day, and what color is good to wear.
Uh-huh.
So I wanna on Halloween, I wanna expand my use of that book to beyond that one
Yeah.
page. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But
Nice.
yeah, I don't have a bathtub, so I can't really take like a witchy bath. But I definitely at my old place that I lived in last year, I lived there until
Can you
like
go down to
around
the beach?
Thanksgiving.
Is there a beach, water?
I mean, there's like a state park where there's like a little beach. I could do that.
It's not too cold. If you feel called, like it's whatever you feel called to do. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll probably do. I love like candle magic is my favorite. Like
yeah.
if I'm in the mood to do a spell, I'm gonna get my little candles out and I'm gonna
That's
like.
what I do. That
I
is
love
what I
it.
do, girl. And
I
just
just
save
feel
the
like
house.
fire gets shit going. It's like a fire sign to me. It's like a fire sign's not gonna like sit around and like fire gets shit like going. Like
That is
you're a Leo.
yes. Oh my
Like
god. And you reminded me of something I want to say. Oh my god. So yes, I do the candles when I feel like okay, I need to do something. Like when you feel like you need to start something, and that is exactly it. The fire shit. I love you, and we're both Virgo rising, but that is what I'm about. I just want to say before I forget that you are the magician and the empress, and I'm definitely the magician and the sun tarot card.
yeah, I
And
could totally
we
see that.
we are both alchemists and the same thing, just like we've both never done a spell, we both manifested it. And like I was telling you before we recorded that, like, you're my friend that I don't have to worry about, even like what you're going to do to provide for yourself. It all works out for you. I don't have to worry about you. Maybe my other friends I do, but not you. And just like
That's
the,
like my Capricorn ego
the,
is getting like stroked right now. Like oh okay.
and the sun sign, just like, I mean, the fire sign, that element, I mean, everything about me, I was thinking about how I'm a morning person. Like, I'm a Leo, so the sun is my planet. I was born in the morning. My Chinese zodiac is a rooster, so like I get shit done in the morning. And it's just like thinking about how I consciously made the decision since for the last couple weeks now to, instead of going on dates with these fucking guys in Baltimore, use that time to really start getting rid of stuff and preparing for my move to really lighten my load. And I feel so good doing it. I feel like I've gotten a lot done even since starting. And that is part of my like craft, my
Yeah.
spiritual work, because actions is like obviously what gets stuff done, but it just it's also saying to the universe, it's physically making the shifts with what you're trying to accomplish, aside from just the goal of me lightening my load. Other than the physical goal, I feel like it's somehow I've gotten to a new spiritual level.
Oh yeah, that will happen. Like, especially if you move, especially if you have like a death in the family, especially if like you go through a breakup or something. Like
Yes.
you elevate so much. Like you even just think in terms of like energy, like going through like a could even just be like a friend breakup. Like there's so much energy intertwined with that. And now if you're like, I don't want that in my life anymore, you're opening up space for something else. This is why like people who are like, wow, like once I cut that friend off, like I started flourishing. And it's like, well, they were blocking your blessings. You're like, wow, once I quit that job, like more money came in, like with an easier job. And it's like, yeah, like that
That's how
happens.
I've been better since I cut my mom out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also I feel like since I like reconnected to an old friend here in Maryland too, like I'm happy to spend time with her before I go. And like we were friends in high school, and just I had, I don't talk to a lot of friends from high school, and like reconnecting with her just made me realize how it was right for me to let my old friend go, who was a Cancer. And just like maybe that wasn't a good match for, but like but Taylor is a Cancer too, but it's just like it's so funny, Jess, because when we were in high school, we like her and I convinced each other, we're like, oh, you stayed in your mom too long because really you act like a Gemini. But like, no, like she's a Cancer. Like, why did we
Well,
try to like?
Cancers actually are sidereal Geminis.
What does that mean?
So in astrology, it's
Sidereal?
when you go backwards one. So it's like Capricorn becomes Sagittarius, Taurus becomes Aries, like Pisces becomes Aquarius.
Well, why would you go back one?
It's just sidereal. It's like, honestly, I think that one is actually more, it's older than traditional astrology, which is tropical, which is like Leo is, July 22nd or July
Oh, so
23rd.
maybe we were just picking up on the old.
Yeah, honestly, I've been getting way more into sidereal. I mean, like, I've known about it for like years, but I've never been like, oh wow, like this really resonates. But like the past like few days, like they say that Libra season actually started like 2 days ago. And it didn't start on like September 22nd. Like Libra season started like 2 days ago. And like the past month we just had was Virgo season.
So I would
So,
still be a Leo.
would you still be a Leo? When is your birthday?
August 4th.
No, I think you'd be a Cancer.
No, I don't want to be sidereal then. I'm still a Leo. Like I couldn't
I
like
think it begins on like the 18th. Like it's changed. I don't know. I'll send you a link. But yeah, like I'd be a Sagittarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Leo rising,
wow.
which I could totally see.
Yes.
I could totally see
That
that.
would make sense. Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. But I also see the Virgo rising in me. I also see like the Pisces moon in me, and I also see the Capricorn sun in me. So it's interesting. Yeah.
And so are you kind of like you have a new job, like you're settling in
Oh yeah, I'm like thriving.
Seattle?
Like this is
Yeah.
the happiest, the freest I've been on my journey. Like there's been so much that's happened to me in the past year that has like allowed me to get here. Like I cut like so many people out, like or just distanced myself. I've like completely transformed and like reinvented who I am on a soul level. Like not much has changed like physically for me, but just like my knowledge of self and like the wisdom that like comes through to me now is just so like insightful. Like I feel like I have a whole army of just like unseen forces and like spirit behind me that's just like, oh, you can only go up from here. Like you've worked your ass off to get here. Like you didn't cry those tears in 2016 for nothing. Like look at how, like look what you had to clear so that you could easily manifest what it is now.
Yeah.
I took the fast track this lifetime. Like my soul was not messing around. It was like, yeah, we're going to give you some like really, really, really harsh lessons at like 19, 20, 21. So you can just thrive the rest of your life.
Yeah. I think about I've like, I think about because I started working at 13 that I feel like I've been working hard for a really long time. And
Yeah.
that I do feel like our journeys like that. And when I think about it like that, I'm like, my soul just has a lot to get done in this
Yeah.
life.
Oh, definitely. There's like such a mission that like you will feel like needs to just get done and you'll do it. Like sometimes like the mission isn't even like you choose it. It's like the mission chooses you.
I definitely feel like mine, I mean, maybe it was just about love and positivity because like the
Yeah.
like connection in my life, but I don't even know what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
That was beautiful. I really do feel like the mission is love. Like at the end of the day, everything is love. Like everything is love. Like
The
that's it.
Lady Gaga in Stupid Love, how
Oh.
she just says all I ever wanted was love.
Oh.
But I feel like the place that I'm moving to that I like know that I belong to be there, I feel like I wanna take it easy. I'm still gonna
Yeah.
stuff like that, but just like the kind of environment that it is will help me to do the kind of things I want to do for work that I imagined for myself when I was a child, like and before I went to school. So like getting to paint and to actually be an artist and like do fashion stuff as well, and that I'll have the chance to play some going. Like nothing in Baltimore is gonna happen. So I feel like excited because it's coming, and I know the whole year has flown by really fast, and just like
Yeah.
I don't wanna squander my time here on Earth. Like I'm really good at planning and preparing for this, and just I I mean, I hope that I can see you and spend time with you and visit you and
I
stuff.
know. We will. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
We'll meet. We'll meet in person again when the time is aligned. Not right, when the time is aligned.
Yeah, I mean, it's heavy to deal with the change that's in the earth, but I
Definitely.
feel like people like you and I are already fine. There's plenty of spiritual people, and then maybe the people that already had like anxiety and depression are feeling like now you guys are on my level, the ones that are freaking out, maybe not handling it well. And I think that it is the beginning of a new era. It's a new time, and I feel like maybe people are changing, and that we will actually. I mean, progress takes a long time. It doesn't just happen like that. But I feel like we're getting there.
I feel
I
like we
feel
are too.
excited about things like the things that I love in this world and this life. You know, we hopefully Trump will leave the country like he said he would. Yeah. Um, anything else that we should talk about in this for the vibe
I'm
universe?
yeah, I'm good. I feel like we're all talked out.
Okay, we're talked out.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
till next time, I mean, I told my family, I told my aunt that for like I can't hang until after the election. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
so it is okay. I mean, to be easy with yourself and
Yeah, definitely.
the relaxed vibe, like you said about like sleeping in later, like I have, like, and there
Yeah,
was
just
a minute where
chill.
I tried to like beat myself up about it, like, no, I gotta like
Oh,
get
you
to
were
bed
gonna be like
earlier.
forced in your track, like forced, stopped in your track, stopped in your track. If you try and do something you're not supposed to be doing, like if you're not meant to be doing anything, like you're not going to do that. Like you're just like the universe will make it so clear to you that like you're not supposed to be doing that, and you'll feel tired, you'll feel depleted, and you're like, oh, like why am I feeling this? But it's like you're not supposed to be doing it in the first place. Like just listen to your body. That's it. Like that's it. Yeah.
Yes. I love that this is the time
I
that's
know.
Venice, and was Halloween your favorite holiday?
Um, what's my honestly, I'm still pretty greedy. It's my shadow side. I love Christmas, but now like I like Christmas because to me Christmas isn't about the gifts, it's about gratitude.
Hmm.
So I like Christmas. Halloween was always kind of, it left me feeling like I was like could tap into more. I feel like that's what Halloween does. It's like there's so much more. Like that's the energy I feel like comes with Halloween.
Yeah,
Um so I appreciate Halloween. Yeah.
it is my favorite. It's like the fashion designer and the gay holiday for the
Yeah.
gays. You get to dress up
You
and
could
be
be
fabulous.
anything you want and nobody's going to judge you. Like imagine if that could be real life every day.
The revelry. I mean, I love drinking in the street and just enjoying life.
Yeah.
But I do. I love Christmas too. I love the family thing.
It's
I love the whole
cozy. I love
time.
cozy.
Thanksgiving to Christmas to New Year's. I mean, it's easier when you like are in a relationship though, and you like have a person. But I mean,
Definitely.
I'm not a Christmas hater, but um, I don't know. Maybe I like them equally, but they're very different.
Yeah.
But it's a sign that the year is ending. Like
Yep.
fall is definitely my favorite time of year. The vibe, the clothes are better. But
Yeah.
but yeah, okay. That's
Yay.
that's a good way to end it. And
Holidays.
it's nice to have another episode with you.
I know. We love them.
Okay.
All
Tell
right.
your
Till
friends.
next time.
Till next time. Bye.
Bye.